Hey guys, it's been a little while since I've put up a video about the Commodore and all things, other things good. I've been quite busy. I've landed myself a rather large job installing some stuff at a huge aluminium extrusion plant. We're installing the actual plant itself, so that's been taking up a lot of time, nearly 60 hours a week. So that's it's been really good doing the project. I've been loving it, but I have been neglecting the car a little bit. So it's Sunday, I've got my day off. Wifey's gone out with the little one and has gone to a kid's birthday, so that leaves me here with this little one for a while. Not much has changed in the engine bay. I have installed a circuit breaker for all the car systems, amplifier and things next to it. I haven't really done a lot more in the engine bay for a while. Nothing really needs to be done in here. It's kind of done for the moment. But what I have been doing is getting inside the car, and right at the moment I'm in the middle of a stereo and remote locking install. So here's the Holden Spaghetti, and there's my new door opener. I'm starting to install the servos in the doors. This is actually a 5-channel one, so it does the boot separately as well, which I've also wired in, which is a very cool addition. So there's, in here I'm just doing a heap of all the hookups for that, and then moving over to the stereo system. I have everything ready for the head unit. That'll be turning up in the next week with my last amplifier that I need to buy. I originally wasn't going to put a stereo in it, but I couldn't help myself. Every single car I've ever owned has had a really cool stereo in it, so I just can't not do it. So I've got all my door cards back off. They all came off nicely, and it's good to take off the old ones and not damage them, as everybody would know that feeling. Also inside the car, I've been installing some speakers around the place. This one's yet to get a grill on it, but I've made a little extension onto the center console just to look after that one. They're a really nice Polk Audio 4x6 speaker, which is actually a dash side speaker. So I've got another one up in the dashboard at the front. And then we move around to the back, and I have my SoundStream dual 2 ohm 8-inch 600 watt RMS subwoofer, because you've always got to have a fully sick subwoofer. And we've gone into the JBL, really nice, they're not 6x9s, they're actually a 5x8, they're slightly smaller. And then moving around into the amplifier side of things, but the amplifier is actually going to eat this sub. So I'm going to get a Sundown, which is a 1200 watt RMS sub, which will match this Nakamichi, which is upside down. I had to mount it that way just for the wiring. It's a 1200 NGTD amp. This is 1200 watts RMS. It's actually 8000 watts peak amplifier, but she punches 1200 RMS. So on a 600 sub, this is wired into 1 ohm too, so she's belting it right out. Like, that's competition level stuff. So I'm glad I did a lot of reinforcing on my box and all that sort of stuff, and sunk it into the actual side of the car here as well. Like it nearly touches the outer skin inside there for volume. This way I could get the volume right. But later on I think we'll end up with the Sundown in there, because that will end up handling the amplifier. So really I've got waiting, I have my head unit to come, and one more amplifier which is similar to this, but it's a 4-channel, and that'll be powering the 6 speakers that are around in the system. So it's going to pump. It's going to be an awesome system, and it's not actually too big a huge thing either. Like, I really wanted to be able to I've made these covers here. Well, this is actually a cover on this side, and that's going to cover the amplifiers. There'll be a small computer fan in there to aid cooling, and then I can fold my seats down and still use the full length rear and have it function as a standard thing. I didn't want to go filling it up with big 12-inch subwoofers and all that sort of stuff. I'm a bit older these days, and I don't really need to have 12 inches of subwoofer in the back of my cars anymore. So yeah, this is sort of after I've been doing some polishing on the bonnet. It's a little bit dirty at the moment. I've been having a crack at the roof as well, and I still have to do the sides of the car. But today's just too hot for hard labor, so I'm doing wiring instead. So you just can't stop a good sheety, because if it gets too hot, we'll just find something else to do. We'll just keep moving. So that's what you got to do on these projects. You can't stop, otherwise they stagnate. You get sick of things, they collect dust and become nothing. So yeah, really liking it. I also have been lucky enough to be doing a fair bit of commuting on the MT, which has been awesome. I've been riding to work every day. It's only like a 58k ride. You get there pretty quickly, without breaking the speed limit, of course. Yeah, she's a great thing, the MT. It's just such a good bloody bike, this thing. I just rave about it. It's tough. It owns the road, and you just feel like the king when you're riding it. It's totally not economical. This is not an economical way to get around, but it's a damn cool way of getting around. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of commuting on the big girl lately, so plenty of fun in that way, and I'm getting some use out of it as well. So yep, that's pretty much what's going down in the hood at the moment, guys. So I'll keep posting some stuff up as I keep on going with these installs. I'll give you another look at it. Things are really wrapping up with the car now, so I'm getting close to rego. I don't want to register it until everything's done. I want absolutely everything perfect in the car, and then I'll go and get my rego, and we are ready to roll. So that's it in a nutshell, guys. Nothing too interesting this time. I'll try and get into some more interesting stuff when I'm actually going underneath the car again and going to have a revisit on my rear half of the exhaust system. And there also will be a inlet manifold installation going on as well. I've decided I'm going to let it breathe up top a little bit more. So I'm going to up the exhaust size to 2.5 inches by 2 at the rear after the X pipe. And that'll be a full twin 2.5 inch system all the way through then. And then I'll also get myself a manifold for it. It'll be one of the more racy ones, so it'll probably be like one of those spider webby design ones where they just got the single runner to each port. So and that should get it flowing a little better. So that'll be next on the cards after this, and the electronics are finished and the polish is done. So anyway, guys, that's it for now. Have a good one.